This is a big one and a personal favorite of mine, how to create a lot of great content. So, when creating content, quality is important, and in the long run, it's more important. But quantity is crucial, especially at the beginning, and even more importantly, probably when you first start out, you will have no idea what good content looks like. You will have no idea of quality, and there's only one way you can get there, and that's through quantity. That's the good news. The more content you produce, the better you become at producing it. So start with your primary channel and go big. You will typically have one major channel you focus on, whether that's your blog, your YouTube channel, your social media, whatever it is you choose to do. Primarily focus on that first. Usually it's gonna be blogging for most of you guys. If not, go with whatever it is that your gut instinct is telling you, or where you figure out your audience will be, or where your research points out to. And focus, I recommend, on publishing every single day. That's critical, especially in the beginning. Try and publish at least one blog post for your blog per day, one YouTube video if you're on YouTube, and depending on the social media platform, you will probably have to post multiple content pieces per day. This The number varies. I mean, you're probably first of all, I don't recommend like starting out with social media, because organic traffic there is kind of hard to get right now, and it's probably only gonna get harder. But if you do, it's gonna depend on the platform itself, and you will have to post several times per day there. I do recommend starting either with a blog or a YouTube channel, and that means one content piece per day, hitting that publish button every single day. Now, that's kind of hard, but with practice, you will get there. And if you repurpose your content the right way, you will get more than one content piece per day. It will be one primary content piece, like your blog post article or your YouTube video, but you can easily repurpose it to match other platforms, especially social media platforms. Like, for example, you can post the images from your blog post on social media. You can record the short video of the blog post summarizing the topic and publishing it on YouTube or any other video platform that supports video content. And video, which is even harder to produce. For example, like a YouTube video can be repurposed in several other interesting ways. Like, for example, you can take the transcript of the video and publish it on your blog as well as a blog post article. You can also publish the video on every other channel that supports video, which is pretty much every social media today. They all went primarily video, so you can't make a mistake there. You can publish it anywhere, everywhere. It's free. It costs nothing to do that. And you can also post screenshots from the video itself. That's a very cool, useful way to promote some awareness for your video on social media in the form of an image. And finally, if the video fits this format, you can also publish it as a podcast. This can work for a surprisingly large amount of video, not for all of them, but it will work for many of them. And social media can be repurposed into several other different ways as well. You can take a screenshot of your tweet, for example, post it on Instagram. That is one common way that works pretty well. You can post your social media video, of course, on every other social media platform that supports video, which, as we mentioned, it's pretty much all of the social media platforms today. And you should ideally change the text description to match the platform. So, for example, if you post one video on all of the social media platforms, you will have different description for, let's say, the tweet with maybe 33 hashtags. You will have a different description for LinkedIn, for Instagram, for Facebook, wherever you post. You should change the text description to fit the spirit of the platform, and that can be learned. That's primarily learned through experience. I recommend following a lot of good influencers and content creators on those platforms, and simply mirroring them at first, seeing what they're doing and trying to emulate their behavior. So the key here is to practice and be consistent. The most important part, at least for beginners, is to set aside 3 months for intensive content creation. I believe this makes or breaks marketers. This is your pilgrimage in a way. This is where you see if this type of thing is right for you or if you cannot be bothered to work like this. But if you manage to create content every day for 90 days, 3 months, many good things will happen for you. You will build some audience for starters, and you will start getting some traffic. You will have a solid content base, which is a really good thing. You will get very good at creating content. I mean, this is like one of the most common questions that beginners ask me. Like, they're so confused to where to start, and I always tell them, like, just start. After 3 months, you're not gonna have this question anymore. You're gonna be so good at creating content, it's gonna blow your mind basically. And you will also earn some authority in your field in the process. If you create 90 days, that's like 90 content pieces. You're top 10% of your field, of your industry. People will start to look up to you and link to you, and all sorts of good things will happen. So get out there and start creating content. One content piece a day, 3 months, boom, you're golden.